I'm Osaze Seneferu, and I'm 18 years old, and I'm a student, a college student at California College of the Arts in Oakland, California. And I was born in Berkeley, California. However, my father, Malik Seneferu, who's from Bayview-Hunters Point, that's how I got my connection. And basically my experience, coming to Hunters Point or the Bayview has really been through coming to work with my father and to Safe Haven, which is was a really interesting experience. I remember, I think it was every weekend, because of school that would come out here on 3rd Street to Safe Haven, and I would I'd just be with them at work and interact with other kids. It's no longer there anymore. However, that was my main memory of Hunters Point. I do have family members that did stay up here, like my grandmother and aunt. Well, I would say already being his son, like there's that natural talent, but even aside from that, just watching him paint, it's very calming to just watch him create. And so from that, when I see him work, it like just creates a spark starts, and it makes me want to create something. So yeah, that's how I've been influenced, just pure observation, and seeing and asking questions, also helping them with murals, which actually are up here in Hunters Point. So that was a big influence to me, and something I do want to do in the future. All right. Okay. Yeah. Of course, being an individual artist and exhibiting in museums and shows. However, aside from that, Bay Area, it is very expensive, and I can't just like do painting and drawing alone. So also, what I would like to do is right now I'm in school for painting and drawing. However, I would like to get my MFA in visual and critical studies to go on and become a museum director, and also do curating on the side, which I'm actually in the practice of right now through being the co-facilitator of the students of color coordination, along with two other members. So that's one of my ambitions in art. I would say Basquiat, he's one influence. Another one, I would have to say Joe Sam, who also is an artist that knows my father and that I saw frequently. And I actually have a painting of his in my room, which is amazing. When I was little, I didn't really know. All I knew is that he's really close to my dad, and yeah. But then as I grew older and I did research on him for myself, just to know who he is. Man, I have a Joe Sam piece in my room, and they saw. It's like it's intense, And but yeah, Basquiat and Joe Sam. There's some influences. Let's say it's important, especially with Black young people, because it like motivates us, to think and create change. I feel like stating that it goes into the whole idea, or how once there was an idea, or even still to this day, that art is for the elite. For the longest time I didn't get that, but now I understand why to some degree, and that's because of that very ideal that art inspires, for you to think, so I feel like, especially as Black youth, we're just always caught in an idea of like we're just, only supposed to go, to school, which is great. However, go to school and not like look, don't have any high standards, just go to school and just stay in this like monotonous cycle of depth. So I feel with art, we can inspire a change, and to think about our reality and think about the everyday things that we see in it, and almost critique it as like, or question like, is this really for my benefit, or is this, meant to, gain control over my mind, so that way I won't ask questions, because that's also what art is for too, to inspire social interaction and so on. That's the power of art. Most of the time, like I'll be out with my parents and like people come up to me and be like, you have amazing parents, and it's like I'm so used to it, you know. But as time went on, I was like, man, like I want to be able to create, a platform, moving on in this legacy where, I'll also, be known, as a great activist and artist. So I would say they really influenced my thinking as activists and artists, and how I should really look at myself in this world as a Black male. So, art is social, it's supposed to inspire or the idea of having social interaction. Once you have social interaction, especially within Bayview, that's once you get the whole community to come in and interact with each other and inspire other ideas and plant seeds in other people's minds to create art, or just to live their life on a higher, higher existence,